Hello everyone, I am Crawlers and this is another episode of Ridiculous Loadout. As you may already know, this is a series I started way back when in the Battlefield 3 days, basically whoring myself out for cheap views, running a suggested loadout from one of you in the comments section. So this time Alex Pelk, a repeat offender, suggested a very specific loadout called the Ukrainian Rebel. Now, this consisting of a gun that doesn't get used in Battlefield 4 that often, the Checkmate CZ-805 assault rifle with a Russian 4 times scope, the PSO-1, the Russian suppressor, which I call the burrito suppressor for obvious reasons, an underslung rail to mount the 320 launcher on, a green laser, which I had a hell of a time unlocking since it comes in a battle pack, and you all know how I hate the battle packs, and you know, you can sort of see why these things are sold by EA for real world monies, because people like Level Cap who don't have time to grind away, for every damn unlock, who aren't exactly poor, make videos all the time, so they don't have time in between to, play and just grind away for this stuff. They can just, purchase the shortcut kits and whatnot and get all the accessories that they need for the next, loadout episode or whatever. Well, I'm here just sitting here away, grinding away for 2 days worth of these clusterfuck TDM maps to, unlock the fuck out the green laser. So, definitely not a very good use of my time. But, okay, also I got the MP443 Russian 9mm pistol with a heavy barrel, a medkit, the RGO impact grenades, which I know the community seems to hate, and the partisan camo. So, well, what can you say about the CZ-805? It's a Checkmate assault rifle, so not really sure why the Ukrainian rebels have it, but whatever. I'd have thought they'd use Russian tech, but whatever. It's a relatively new assault rifle introduced in 2009 to the Czech armed forces, of the 5.56mm variety. It feeds on 30, 50, or get this, 100 round box magazines, and in the game, it's in Battlefield 4, it's sort of underwhelming, to say the least. Now, it will do a standard for an assault rifle damage of 24.5 maximum at 12.5 meters, which drops off to 18 at 60 meters, but that's about all good it does. Its muzzle velocity is a very underwhelming 620 meters a second standard barrel, which becomes nerfed into oblivion, when using the suppressor, like I am doing here. Surprisingly, the suppressed bullet here, in this particular case, comes out faster than the speed of sound, which of course is, a game thing where things don't exactly have to match up to the real world. All they have to do is be balanced, and in the recent patch, DICE tweaked some muzzle velocities, increasing them a tad, mainly the suppressed ones, I believe, so bullets travel a bit faster now. Still nowhere near the real life counterparts again, though, because, this is a game and we're all talking about balancing the guns, not making one more OP than the other. And obviously, using the suppressor, you kind of nerf your ranged capability of any kind, so you can't really take out targets at long range, because the bullet drop becomes, just ridiculous, and you can't really lead your target or have any kind of accuracy with it, just over range. Now, its rate of fire is a very middle of the pack, 700 rounds a minute, which, I mean, it isn't fast by anyone's standards, but another way to look at it is that it's a more manageable recoil, of which it has 0.29 degrees per shot up, and zero point 0.1 left, and 0.22 right. And you guessed it, that means it's uneven, so it will pull to one side a bit more. Personally, I'd use something like the heavy barrel with this thing, or maybe the muzzle brake and maybe the angled grip to counter the first shot multiplier of 2.1 a bit. The CZ805 actually has a built-in burst fire mode, so it might come in handy in sort of standoffish situations like I'm doing here, where you kind of try to shoot in bursts at your targets. What I'm trying to do here on the Zavod roof, as you can see. And you can call me a camper if you wish. I mean, that's, people are gonna hate, obviously, but you still, can kill people at range from when you're standing on the roof or somewhere like that. Because you see, in burst fire mode rather, this weapon will apply the, right, like all burst fire weapons, it will apply the first shot multiplier to the last shot of the burst, to give, the burst fire weapons a bit more of an edge over full auto ones. So the angled grip might make it a bit easier to keep the gun on target, when spamming bursts right on top of one another. Obviously, this setup won't work at all in close quarters. I mean, you won't even get a second burst off. Perhaps even on full auto it won't work, in close quarters. Which brings me to the laser sight and keep firing. Well, you know me, I hate using the laser on anything but maybe PDWs, which actually can benefit quite well and can be used quite well without ADSing. But as far as the assault rifles go, I don't like lasers at all. Never mind that I ADS anyway to kill enemies, So, no real benefit to the laser anyways, any way you slice it. And, I think all it does is give away my position. I still manually calculated the laser stats of the gun, though, as you can see in my gun stats overlay animation, and they aren't, calculated automatically by Simtic, so, and because I did so myself, the numbers might be off by quite a bit. Trouble is, you can't really multiply the modifiers together and just get a new hipfire spread. No, there are a bunch of other variables to take into account. Stance, for example, walking speed, if the weapon is a bullpup or classic design, other modifiers like heavy barrel and so on, and that modify your spread. Penalties that these things apply, and it's just a spaghetti bowl of frustration. And so I don't pretend that these are anywhere near the real numbers, so don't hold it against me if you calculate and your numbers are different from mine. Well, the laser is actually just one of the things that I don't really like in this setup. Using anything but the standard no magnification sights on assault rifles just sucks in a game like Battlefield 4, I think. Or so I don't like using any of the, higher magnification scopes like ACOGs and the PSO scopes. In Battlefield 4, you see the visual recoil is just a mess, and, when the gun jumps around on the screen like a donkey with its balls duct taped, you just aren't having any fun. So, as I said, I don't really go for the ACOG scopes on my assault rifles. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ridiculous Loadout, and now because I don't feel like suffering alone, Alex Belk must also run this loadout and upload it to YouTube, and I'll accept link down below in the comments section. Thanks for watching. Please rate and share this video as it helps my channel grow. Check out my other videos at the end of this one. And remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.